Grove this afternoon, and I'm pleased to say that we've been joined by our brand new director of football, Mick Sullivan. Good afternoon to you, Mick.
Good afternoon, Simon.
It's just a bit unusual for you to be on the other side of the camera for once, isn't it?
It is. You're going to be easy on me.
I'm going to be like Paxman. So I was going to say welcome back, but you've never really been away, have you, Mick?
Well, I do come down a few games, don't I, over the season. I put myself around other games as well, but obviously this is my first love, Merstham as well. But basically this is a club that I supported as a kid and come down for the great FA Cup runs that we done in the mid-70s, I remember. But yeah, I mean, it's my club. I'm 10 minutes down the road as well. So.
Fantastic. So I want to talk to you about you. So we've got a lot of younger fans at Fetch and Grove that know of you, but perhaps don't know exactly your history and your past and your association with the club, but not just with this club, but also with non-league football. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mick.
How long's this interview?
Let's keep it short-ish.
Okay, because clubs and everything. Basically, I started off very first as Redhill Reserve manager, and basically worked my way up the ladder to Rains Park Vale manager, then on to Walton Casuals. Then from Walton Casuals, I think I went to Merstham for a good 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah,
blimey.
10 years at Merstham. And then from Merstham, I moved on to Leatherhead. This is my big job here at Leatherhead. I had 2.5 seasons here, or 2 seasons and a bit here. And then I moved on from there, went back to Walton Casuals for a season. And then from Walton Casuals, I think I had a breather. I went back with Hayden Bird to Merstham as his assistant.
Yeah.
We had some good years back there at Merstham. And then I took a job at South Park, which was a little bit short-lived. Probably shouldn't have got back into management, to be truthful. And then I got onto social media, and that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. Back of the net. Ben, good guy, got me involved with social media. I started to enjoy it. I think, I know a lot of managers, a lot of people in non-league football, and it just suited. So, and that's where I am to this day.
So it's fair to say you've got a lot of experience in non-league football.
Yeah,
and you know a lot of people as well, don't you?
I do know a lot of people.
And you know a lot of managers from other teams.
Yeah.
And they know you because,
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that sort of connection should help this club while I'm here.
Yeah, fantastic. So let's talk about that. So you're now director of football.
Yeah, I'm now director of
So
football.
just explain to the fans, because there's directors of football that you get in bigger clubs and Premiership clubs, and there's always a bit of it's almost like a mystical role where you don't quite know what they do and what their involvement is. So from your perspective, for Leatherhead FC,
from my perspective, Simon, I'd rather not be called director of football. If
Okay.
I'll be honest, I hate that term, but
All right.
it is what I've been given.
Yeah.
So you don't have to change that. I don't like the term. I don't know, maybe general manager, I don't care. I really don't want to be called nothing, but
Okay.
it would have to be called something. So I'm director of football,
Yeah.
and basically my role is to make sure that everything on the football front is done the correct way and the standards of any non-league, particularly Leatherhead Football Club, the standards are kept. So let's give you a rough idea. I would expect to be checking over budgets per week. Anything that manager, which is Julian now at the minute, whatever he requires and he don't think that he can get, then he comes to me and I help him get them.
Okay.
I mean, it's very generalised, I've got to say.
Yeah.
But I'm just overseeing everything to be supportive to the manager.
Okay. So do you get involved in the signing of players?
No, but obviously the manager, particularly Julian at the minute, does speak to me about any new players that he wishes to sign, just to run it through him. He doesn't have to, but I think he wants to.
Yeah.
So
well, it's a good idea, because you do know the league as well, so you know a lot of players.
Absolutely, but I mean, you got to remember, we've had 4 or 5 managers in the last few months. And basically, it's all about steadying the ship now.
Yeah.
And it would have been all too easy to just ship this lot of players out and then get a new manager in very quickly and then rebuild again. That would have been something that maybe people are thinking is going to happen. And it could do. But from my perspective, it's about settling the ship, getting them playing football and getting that confidence back on that pitch. And that started last Saturday, and we had a cracking good win against Potters Bar. And we move on today against Bowes and Pitsley. So I think that's explained it, is it?
Yeah, no, that's good. No, that makes sense. So just to touch on the subject of the management job, obviously we've got Julian in charge at the moment as interim manager. He hasn't done himself any harm, has he, with last week's result? First game and a great win, we have to say, against a decent side. The wins always feel better when it's a last-minute winner as well, isn't it?
It does. Oh, but of course it does. And of course, I happened to be there with my camera last week, and it's sort of
We saw the knee slides.
I think that was good that our supporters saw that. That showed a little bit of team bonding, whereas people might be thinking we're a little bit all over the place and a bit sporadic because of results ain't gone our way. This team over the last week has quite surprised me how they are together as a unit, and that's probably my biggest shock. I wasn't expecting that.
Good.
And they're all playing for Julian, so that's another bonus. And just going back to your first question regarding managers, obviously I think we've had at the minute 35 applicants at this minute.
Wow.
We were going to leave it open till Friday just gone yesterday, but we decided because so much going on at the club with Christmas, COVID and God knows what else, we thought we ain't going to be able to get to interview a short list before mid-January. So we thought maybe it's best we just open up and leave it open for any other applicants that maybe thought they missed the boat, and we can then have a good look after probably the K's game on January the 1st. And then have a little look, shortlist it to about 4 or 5, and then we'll do the interviews. And one of those 4 or 5 will definitely be Julian. Right. And by that time, he would be hoping that he's got a few more games, points out of 9 points, out of 3 games. So
yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. So listen, I don't expect you to name names because I know that wouldn't be good and wouldn't be professional to do so. But what's the calibre like of the applicants? Have there been some surprisingly good names in there that have applied?
I think there's been some interesting names that I didn't necessarily realise were still around.
Okay.
Along with some local names that I know quite well. I mean, I would say I only know half of them, believe it or not.
Okay.
So that's interesting in itself. I only know half of them.
Right.
So the other half have come from higher up, where maybe I don't know, and maybe have got that type of background. So there's a lot of checking out of people's applicants because we can all put names down.
Yeah.
It's about making sure they are and what they've done at those clubs.
Sure.
So we'll do our due diligence and check things out, and hopefully I'd like to think maybe second week in January we'll be able to announce something for our fans to what's going to be here. But all I can say is hopefully the boys all get behind Julian. Let's pick up some points so whoever the new manager come mid-January is, he's got something to start from.
Brilliant. I think, for me, it's been really good to get you on board, someone with the football experience that you've got, Mick, that knows the team, knows the club, knows the division and knows other teams within the division. And I think that's only going to enhance and help the club tremendously. And obviously, we put it out on the social medias that you were coming on board as director of football. Call it what you like. And the response has been nothing but positive. So I think that really sort of bears testament to how well thought of you are, not just by the club, but by the fans as well. So wish you luck with the role.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to put it out there that I'm not pulling the strings over Julian. He's his own man.
Sure.
And everything that's happening, a lot of that last week was down to what Julian done. Yeah. Just a coincidence that I happen to be around that one week.
Okay. Fantastic. Mick, thanks for your time. Enjoy the game today.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get another 3 points.
I'll be too nervous. You know what? I'm nervous sitting here, unbelievably.
You'll be all fine, mate. Look, listen, when the whistle goes, mate, the nerves go with it, so don't worry. Enjoy I know you're going to have to dash. I know you do lots of stuff in and around the club before the game starts, so I'll let you crack on with what you've got to do. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and let's hope for another 3 points at full time this afternoon, Mick, all right?
Thank you, Simon.
Top man. Cheers, Mick.